Good day, good evening, or whatever space time it is that you're watching this video. Alright, you guys. I got these really fun cards called the Spread Deck, and we're going to go ahead and tap in and create a spread here for the collective. So, using these cards, Spirit, let's figure out what the collective wants to know right now, and we'll go ahead and create a spread for them. I'm hearing the number 5, so there's going to be 5 cards in the spread. All right. First one, a general message. The second one, a hidden potential. Cool. And we have a weekly, my weekly card, something to focus on for this week. A conflict, and my perspective. Now, this reading is planned to go out on a Monday, so that's why I said that was pretty cool that my weekly card came out. But it could be the week following whenever you're watching this. This is a timeless reading as well. I do feel that since my perspective was kind of paired with conflict, there's going to be a message here in regards to a conflict that you've been dealing with lately. And my perspective is going to help shed some light to get a new viewpoint over the conflict that you've been dealing with. And obviously there is a hidden potential, and I feel like the hidden potential is going to be linked to the new perspective that you gain over this conflict. So I'm seeing imaginary lines here that are kind of stemming out towards these cards here. So I feel like all these are going to be very connected. But okay, let's go ahead and tap in with the tarot. Let's start with the general message at this time for the collective. What is the general message for the collective? This one. Oh, there's 2. Okay, so we have 2 cards for that. Let's start there. Let's see what we have. So we have the Moon in reverse, and then we have the Empress in the upright. I love that the Moon in reverse came out because we have hidden potential within this reading, and that's what this Moon in reverse is all about. It's all about clarity. It's all about things coming to light. Things that were once hidden become clearly viewed, you know? It's being consciously aware of something, and it's also a release of fear in regards to what is hidden as well. And with this reading in particular, I feel like the Empress energy coming through here is bringing the birth of like a new idea, bringing in perhaps a new project or like a new line of business, a new line of doing something within the material realm. But in any regard, I feel like it is a very good omen. It's a good omen for any new thing that produces out of this hidden potential, out of this new perspective that you're gaining over a conflict that you're dealing with. It's like the guaranteer of success, basically. So all in all, generally speaking, Spirit is talking about hidden things revealing themselves to you and a guaranteed success with what is being uncovered, with what is coming to conscious light, with the fact that you're letting go of some fears as well in this regard. And I feel like this conflict or whatever problem that you're dealing with, we'll get there eventually, but this has really kind of upset you in a kind of way where you've had to take some time to really ground yourself and kind of bring yourself back to a balanced state in order for this like conclusion to be able to happen. It's like and my eyes literally just went down. Yeah, like regaining composure. Like you had to regain composure because when it first like started happening, it really, really upset your vibrational flow, is what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling from this. Let's go ahead and see what your weekly card is. Wow, okay. Just throw it at me, Spirit. Knight of Pentacles. Kind of funny how it came out rapidly, like it shot, like Spirit was just like fling, you know. And Knight of Pentacles is known to be the slowest knight of the deck, so that's quite interesting. It's a different opposite there. And this might be a message of slowing down. And this is how better composure can be gained as well, is by slowing things down so that you can observe things from a higher perspective and gain the higher perspectives that are needed. I'm also hearing with this card to keep up with your responsibilities. You are a very dependable person. And I'm hearing that through this conflict, whatever you're dealing with, it's been a little hard at times for you to remain dependable just because you are going through so much on your own, in your own regard. But there is a call here to practice conservation of your energy. Keeping up with responsibilities, you know, that are necessary, but also keeping in mind that there's a little bit of a slowdown that is required of you in this week, whenever you're watching this. And I just keep hearing conserve your energy, conserve your energy. Being mindful of who and what you give your energy to during this week, and not being afraid to pull back in areas where your energy being spent is unnecessary. My eye was pulled down to one of the key words on the Knight of Pentacles, which is methodical. And as soon as my eye went there, I heard there is a method to my madness. So perhaps maybe the way that you do things might look a little crazy to an onlooker, like they won't make sense, but it all kind of ends up being put into place. Like now I'm seeing a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle, and how it's like you have a method of putting this puzzle together, but it's very, what's that word I'm looking for? Abstract. It's very abstract. And it's not understood by most people. And yet it works. And eventually the jigsaw puzzle comes all together and it's this one giant, huge picture. So maybe you are trying to put pieces together at this time, and perhaps you are just so involved in it right now that the reason why the Knight of Pentacles is coming out, it's reminding you to take a step back so that you can gain a new perspective, because a new perspective is needed sometimes when, you know, like taking the puzzle that I was being shown. There's like one piece that you just can't find. When you step away and you take a break, you come back later, it's like the puzzle piece you were looking for is right in front of you after stepping away for a minute. That's like the vibe that I'm picking up on here. Let's go ahead and see, it was right here, I accidentally pushed it down, what the conflict is. What is it that you're dealing with the conflict? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. It's interesting that the Knight of Pentacles, it represents, you know, being reliable, being dependable, being, you know, holding up to your end of the bargain, being responsible. And the Knight of Cups in reverse is like almost the exact opposite. It's completely unreliable. And it's using that unreliability to manipulate It causes disappointment, you know, lack of trust. I'm hearing with this conflict you're dealing with this struggle, whatever it is, you have felt very manipulated. And it was something that you had high hopes for. And it was something that ended up being a really huge disappointment for you. And this is probably why you needed that time to like gain your composure about it. Because when you're hit really hard, you know, you're like blindsided almost by the disappointment. I'm hearing that something had fallen through, like it fell through. And it was something that was really like you were in high hopes for, and it fell through. That's what I'm hearing with this. The best part about the Nine of Cups coming out in reverse here is it kind of reiterates what I picked up on with the Knight of Pentacles and with the Moon in reverse as well, with taking a step back. Because the Knight of Cups in reverse is also about that as well. It's taking a step back in order to like release really heavy emotions around a certain situation and allowing yourself this space to do so. It's allowing yourself the opportunity to explore your own needs and your own feelings so that, you know, like a solution can be reached that is fair. So all in all, so far, I'm getting the vibes that you had plans to work with something or someone, and they ended up being quite a disappointment. And you had things lined up. It's almost like you had things lined up, ready to go, and then all of a sudden it just kind of like shit hit the fan and everything fell through at the last minute. It's like last minute is what I'm hearing. And this was very, very upsetting. It was very upsetting. But what it's doing is it is revealing something. And it's bringing you to a better clarity. It's bringing you to a higher clarity. It's like a life lesson that's happening. It's something that it's trying to teach you that is way above what the actual circumstance is what I'm hearing with that. Let's go ahead and see what the My Perspective card is on all this. We've got, I think there's 3 here. Okay, so we've got 3 cards for that section of this reading. We've got the Hierophant. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So the Hierophant's all about like traditional rules to things and like society norms, things being conventional, but it also represents a teacher as well. This very well could be speaking of that higher lesson that you are learning through all of this so that you can teach it to others, so that you can help others and prevent them from going through whatever this was or is, especially with the Wheel of Fortune coming out with that as well. It speaks of a turning point. It speaks of changes, you know, of cycles ending and new ones beginning. The fact that it's the card number 10 as well. The Hierophant is 5. I was channeling that number, which is a big number for change as well. I can't help but kind of put the Hierophant with the Four of Coins in the sense that the Four of Coins, it speaks about reassessment of beliefs in your financials, your financial areas, like reassessing how you do things financially. And the fact that the Hierophant represents tradition, it's almost like this is bringing you to a different way of bringing in financial abundance for you. And it's not in the traditional sense. I don't know whether you had made like some kind of investment in someone else, and maybe that's what this big disappointment is down here. Or if we're even talking about money, because energy was brought up as well. You put a lot of time and energy into someone who ended up being untrustworthy, ended up being a disappointment. Time and energy are both currency as well, you know? So we might not just be speaking of the financials, but you're gaining a higher perspective over all of this and learning something through all of this so that you can then utilize it in order to teach others. And this might be the untraditional way of bringing the money in and the abundance in, even though this fell through. It's still going to work in your favor, is what I'm trying to say. You're still going to be able to use this experience, but in an untraditional way. It's like the catalyst to uncover your own abundance, referring back to the general message that we started with. The Empress is all about, abundance. It's also about evolution, brought through by the actions taken by the person, and being able to nurture the growth that comes with it as well. Let's go ahead and see what the hidden potential is with all this. The Hanged Man in reverse. It's quite interesting because the Hanged Man in reverse holds a lot of meaning, but the one that's standing out here is the fact that it represents a failed investment. And the fact that I said, I feel like this Knight of Cups in reverse is that failed investment. Whether you financially invested or it's just strictly energetically, clearly it has failed. But I also like to see the Hanged Man as him gaining footing. He's no longer dangling, from the tree. He's upright and he's able to put his foot down on solid ground, so to speak. It's like the period of being suspended and the uncertainty of just kind of dangling there, it's coming to an end. I mean, it has definitely brought you to a standstill as well. It's another thing that the Hanged Man in reverse represents. But this standstill is what's bringing on this potential. And maybe that in itself is the higher perspective that needed to be reached here so that you could see it in that way. I'm being told there's one more for the hidden potential. So let's see what else. Page of Wands. That makes sense. Let me try to get these spread out here. Here we go. Finally being able to gain your footing once again after this experience, being able to utilize what you had learned and bring in abundance in a way that is not seen as traditional. There's method to your madness, right? This was a little bit of madness that was caused. The Mad Hatter might be significant to you. I just heard something about Mad Hatter, but it was said so fast that all I caught was Mad Hatter. But this is all leading you to new ways of doing a lot of things. It's going to lead you to inspiration on how to kind of map out your next steps, so to speak. After spending some time in stagnation, being able to find a sure foot to land on and to utilize this potential. It's amazing that the Page of Wands came out here for the hidden potential, because it speaks about limitless potential. The potential here with this matter is limitless. And honestly, what you end up doing with this huge disappointment, you don't even need to, if this is a person, I'm feeling like you don't even need to socialize with them at all anymore. Just your actions alone and what you do with what you learned through all of this and your like glow up that this is going to end up giving you, it's going to be retribution enough. So maybe whatever fell through with whatever this is, they weren't meant to come with you in this regard, if that makes sense. You were supposed to do this alone. You were supposed to, in a sense, gain the glory. That's what I'm hearing. The glory was supposed to be just yours. And then Spirit had me turn the cards over, and we have the Ace of Wands underneath that. Big time reiteration on the inspirations that are going to flow into you after all of this. The things that you're going to be able to create out of this experience alone is going to bring you to uncovering this Empress energy. Evolution is messy. Evolution is sometimes dark and dirty and grimy and painful, and it sucks. But when you come out of it on the other side with that Ace of Wands in your hands, it is so liberating. And I feel like that's what this whole message was leading up to. It was leading up to that liberation, that freedom, and that inspiration and creation, growth, beginnings. Something new is going to begin. That Wheel of Fortune isn't always a fun thing to have to deal with. But it is leading to a very successful experience for you. And hopefully that has charged some new enthusiasm for you as well. Hopefully that's what this reading has done for you. I thank you so much for tapping in with your energy. And thank you guys so much for being here on this channel. Thank you for the recent donation as well. I don't want to say your name on here, but I truly appreciate it. Was on Cash App. I'm not going to share anybody's personal name, but thank you. If you're watching, you know who you are. Truly, truly appreciate it. And any donations are always given back to the channel. I'm actually currently trying to save up for some gear like a laptop and an actual camera rather than using my phone for videos. So that's the goal right now. But everything is put back into what I use on this channel, including these cards as well. So thank you very much. And until next time, I love you. We love you. Bye.